Alright guys, so to start we are going to take an Elmer's glue stick. I like the purple ones. I feel like they dry down more clear and they're just easier to work with. And I'm going to apply a couple layers of this with a layer of powder in between to lay down our brows. You can totally incorporate your natural brows into this look. It's not going to necessarily take away from it. It's going to be a lot quicker as well. So if you're pressed for time and you're just trying to do something really quickly, maybe you're busy getting your kids ready and it comes down to the last minute, totally skip this step. It's not the hugest deal. You know what I mean? One more layer of powder after the glue dries and we are set to go into our skin. I am going to be using the Kat Von D concealer in Whiteout. I forget the exact name, but of course I will link all of the products that I used down below for you guys if you would like to shop this video. I'm just blending it out with a BH Cosmetics brush. I thought it worked pretty nicely. It's the first time I used it. I was afraid to use my really nice brushes, just throwing that out there. I'm going in with one more layer to my highlight zones with the concealer. I just thought maybe it would create a little bit more dimension, having it like a brighter white here with a more kind of dull gray around the outer perimeters. But it didn't do quite enough for me, so we'll kind of fix that later, as you will see. I'm also applying this on my neck and all the way down my shoulders because the shirt I'm wearing shows that much skin. So do whatever is visible. And I'm going in with the Mayron Color Set Translucent Powder to set everything. I'm using quite a bit of this. I don't want it to come off of my clothes. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Other translucent powders, I find a lot of them have a little bit of like a beige tint. And this one, if you're going for like a whiteout face, you're gonna want something that doesn't have that. Now I'm going in with this kind of warm gray shadow and stippling it all over my face to kind of create that dirty sort of look that Pennywise has. And then again, that adds a little bit of that dimension that I was kind of looking for. I am using, by the way, that Candy Johnson I Want Candy palette. It's a really, really nice palette actually. It surprised me how much I like it. You don't necessarily need to get that palette for this look. Just use whatever you have on hand. You can even use a brown if you have nothing available. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. You could get a single shadow from the drugstore even. I'm also creating a little bit of dimension on my neck. I'm just creating some shadow on either side of my throat just to do something here, I suppose. And I'm shadowing underneath my lip and also underneath my eyes and in my eye socket, as you'll see here in a moment, just to start bringing a little bit of life back to my face before I go in heavy with all the other colors. I just want to kind of map everything out. So that's what I'm doing here with this lighter shade. And now I'm gonna start my brows. He had really thin brows that were like really angled. So I'm gonna start at the lower part of the inner corner of my brow and go up above the top of my arch and kind of wing it outwards like that. That was the sort of shape that I chose. And then once I have it stenciled out, I'm gonna kind of thicken them up a little bit. I'm just using that same shadow, same color. I tried to use as few products as possible here because I want you guys to be able to recreate it without having to go out and buy a bunch of things. That's one of the things I like to do with my Halloween tutorials. Just use what you have. Now I'm going to go in with this Cosmetics Black Kohl liner. I'm gonna line my waterline, tight line, and then I'm gonna use this pencil to kind of cover my lid. Upper and lower both, and then we're gonna go in with a little brush, as you'll see here in a moment, and kind of blend everything out. This is just gonna act as a base for our black eyeshadow, so it'll be even more deep, which we like. And now I'm going in with this black here. This is really black. I really like this. Just using a flat shader brush to apply it to my lid all the way up kind of past my crease area, since we do have higher brows than we normally would. So this is going up essentially to my actual eyebrow. So really deepening up this, and feel free to make this pretty messy, you guys. I wasn't even trying to not make a mess. I feel like it was almost like the more fallout, the better, because you want it to look kind of dirty. I'm going back in with that same kind of gray brown, creating almost like little tear marks because I wanted there to be a little bit of dimension where the red lines were going to be, a little bit of shadow around them, I guess. I didn't necessarily notice it on it, but I just thought it would give kind of a cool effect. So I'm doing my nose and the outer corners of my lips as well. I started off, this is like my 5th product that I tried for the red. This is a liquid lipstick by Kat Von D in the shade XO. I feel like it was limited edition, but either way, I didn't end up using this. It was too pink. Everything I was using was either too pink or it was budging too much, and I wasn't happy with it. So now I'm going in with this MAC lipstick, the Viva Glam shade. It's really an ultra matte, and it's not gonna budge. It's not gonna necessarily be like a liquid lipstick, which is gonna dry down like a paint, but every one that I tried was really pink once I blended it out over the white. And then the face paints that I have were too kind of neon red. So anyway, long story short, this is what I'm using, and I like the effect, and I feel like it would be pretty budge proof if you guys were wearing this for a long night. And also really easy to apply on your lips if you're going out eating, drinking, etc. So just marking out where I want these, I keep calling them tear marks, I don't know what else to call them. Just marking them out lightly and then going in and deepening them up a little bit with a tiny little pencil brush from Morphe, just a little cheap thing. I feel like it's a little too scratchy to use on my eyes, so it's perfect for tutorials. Now I have a use for it, right? And now I'm just applying the lipstick from the bullet to start my lips. I am going to go in and refine them because I kind of want to stretch out that shape a little bit, make them fuller, not because it's going to look prettier, that's not our goal, but just to make them like really kind of wide and creepy looking, as you'll see me do here. So I'm just kind of slowly moving out those edges and connecting them with those tear marks. Ugh, and here my creepy ass is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber already. I would love to have you. Give this video a thumbs up and share it on your social media. That would mean the world to me. Let me know and tag me in your recreations if you wear this. I'm so excited to see what you guys do this Halloween. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.